Welcome back to another episode of Game Over, Play It Again. I am your host, Tom Watson.
And I'm your host, Anthony Morris.
And today we are going to be talking about a game that Anthony suggested called Pajama Sam. No need to hide when the dark is outside.
Yes.
And yes, and that music that you heard, the intro, it's not bad. It's upbeat at first, but then it kind of gets a little down, and then it kind of picks back up. And I think they need to do that because this is obviously a game for children. So I think it needs to be upbeat as much as possible.
Yeah, you're right. This is a game for kids.
Right. So before we get too far into this game, anything you want to bring up to talk about?
Oh, a lot of cool gaming news out right now.
Oh, absolutely.
The Xbox handheld's doing well. A game that I've been seriously looking forward to, Grand Theft Auto 6, is hopefully going to release in November. It's had quite a few developmental delays. They recently had a fire at Rockstar Studios. Thankfully, that did not push the game back. Shout out to Rockstar really quick. They did something really, really cool that I read. There was a Grand Theft Auto fan who loved the games, loved the series, loved the company, who was, to what I understand, was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Yep, and he won't make it before the game releases.
Right, and they let him play it. Just think like last week.
I heard that article too, I heard it actually on a podcast that I really like, and they didn't actually come out and say that they did that, but they hinted at it very, very strongly.
Yes.
Which Rockstar needs some good publicity. They've had enough bad publicity.
Yeah, they need something positive right now.
They do need something positive, and there's a lot of backlash on that too. I'm actually glad you brought that up because this topic, because I wasn't even thinking about it for this podcast. But and then there's hate on that too. Oh, you're promoting that you're these good guys, and you're doing this for a fan, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not all your PR has to be bad.
Right. Right. God forbid
so.
There's good in the world.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to find some of that good some days. That's why we're doing this. It gives us a chance to bond. It gives us a chance to have our voice heard and just have a good old time. And if anybody else out there, cracks a smile because they're listening to two idiots talk about video games, then we've done our part and we've brought a little joy into the world.
Absolutely. I love it.
Right? Was there anything else you wanted to bring out?
No, I just like you said, Rockstar. They strongly hinted at that. That's what they did.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a beautiful thing and was definitely worth mentioning. I'm looking forward to that game in particular. I think it's going to be huge. I love the series.
Well, dude, Grand Theft Auto 5 was still on. It was top number 3. I should say rocked the charts at number 3 for the most, or the copies sold in 2025.
Yep.
It's what, 12 years old?
This came out in 2013.
Yeah, and so it's still rocking it. And I gotta say though, PlayStation Plus, of course, brought it out to their library. So I'm sure that was the reason for the spike in downloads and whatnot. And I'm sure that's why they're still on the list. But they are on the list every time for sales.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is insane. And we all wish we had that. So many of us wish that we'd win the lottery and not have to work ever again. But the thing is they're producing a game that is just as good, if not better, than winning the lottery.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And why would they even bother to rush Grand Theft Auto 6 out? when they're
Yeah, I
still
mean,
selling so well on their game that's what 13 years old?
yeah, yeah. I mean, they have a cash cow. Why slaughter it?
Right.
It's
But
yeah, it's done phenomenally well. I
well,
mean, it's one
you
of the
know why they're going
highest.
to slaughter it is because they know they're going to get way more money when that new game comes out.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be insane. I'm actually planning to take a couple days off when that game releases.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I have to. Yeah, I have to. I skipped school when GTA 5 came out. I went to the midnight release
Oh my
at
god.
GameStop. So I'm gonna take an extended weekend
An
when
extended
GTA
weekend,
6
yeah.
comes out.
Anthony, come have more turkey. It's Thanksgiving. Your family's here. Ah, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto.
You're right.
Oh my gosh, bud. That's
I love it.
awesome. All right, so I asked you for a quick game,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
delivered said quick game, didn't you?
I did. I did. So I this game is very nostalgic for me. Pajama Sam, No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside was the first PC game I ever played. I used to
Yeah.
play it downstairs at my grandparents' house with my grandparents. We'd have a bowl of snacks. Usually it'd be like half pretzels, a half nacho cheese Doritos or Cool Ranch Doritos, and I would just sit there for hours and play this game. And I never beat the game when I was a kid, ever.
Well,
And
no,
so
because
it,
you know the controls. I mean, they're not bad, but yeah. Okay, how old were you when you were playing this game?
oh gosh. I think the first time I played it, I was 5,
Okay,
and
and it's
probably continued to play it up until I was 7 or 8,
sure,
and then
you
moved
know,
on.
but that's its audience. You know,
Yeah.
it's not meant for a 50-year-old to play. In fact, it's in my notes to talk about that because you know, since you made me play this, I'm probably on some list somewhere that I'm not allowed to go within, you know, 20 to 100 yards of a school now.
Yeah, Tom can't go to Chuck E. Cheese anymore.
Right? I'm banned from Chuck E. Cheese. I can't be around a daycare. I can't go around the schools because I played Pajama Sam.
Yep, fair enough.
So the release date on this was October of '96.
Yep.
Okay. And I can't remember how old you are or anything. You know, did you
So
play it when it was
I was
brand
born
spanking new?
in September of '96.
Okay, so you had to wait 5 years to play this game. But
Yep.
October '96, you know what I was playing? You know what I was doing in '96?
Spanking
I
the
was,
monkey.
well, yeah, that too. Well, no, I didn't have to. I had a girlfriend. Yeah, yeah, you've met said girlfriend. I was living on my own, and I was discovering Resident Evil, the original.
Nice.
So, and that was a wonderful time back in the day, and I can't wait to do a podcast on that game. But back in the day, you know, I had my 32-inch Sony TV. By God, gee whiz, takes two, hopefully three guys to move the son of a bitch.
Oh, those
And
TVs were
you,
insane.
oh my God, and you had to wear welding gloves because the bottom of the TV was so sharp, and we were constantly moving stuff around. But I had the big old entertainment system with the big old stereo and the big old speakers, and crank Resident Evil up, you know, and it's dark, and you know it's 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I got the surround sound, and the freaking dog jumps out through the window, and oh, I remember the first time that happened, scared the piss out of me. And
I bet.
my roommate was rolling. Well, first he was scared because it was so loud and I was vibrating the walls. But when the glass broke and the dogs came out, he came running upstairs. What the hell happened? Nothing.
It's just a game.
It's just a game. It's just a game. Can we turn on some fucking lights? It was no Pajama Sam. Let me tell you what.
No, no, but
Nope.
hey, but you were playing in the dark, and now
Yeah.
you know because of Pajama Sam, there's no need to hide when it's dark outside.
With, to be in Raccoon City, there sure the fuck was. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. But yeah, I had to go down. When I looked to see what the release date was on this, I'm like, oh my God, that's insane.
I love it.
Oh,
Yeah, so
all
we were
right,
at
man.
very, very different points in our life in '96.
Well, we still are.
We still are.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, well, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent on you, and I do that a lot, but
No,
I'll
you're
I'll let
good.
you yeah, I'll let you continue there.
No, no, you're good. So like I said, it's a very nostalgic game, and I was scrolling through my Steam library, and I saw I had bought it a while ago, and thought, you know, I kind of want to feel something again. So I downloaded it, loaded it up, and all the memories came flooding back, and I've got my bowl of half pretzels, half Doritos, and I'm chowing down. I'm getting crumbs everywhere. My keyboard's all sticky from the artificial nacho cheeses. Reliving the glory days.
Yeah, but you were
And
doing it this time with the beer
yeah, yeah.
instead of a
This
sippy
time
cup.
we had a beer instead of juice. So, I'm going
Yeah,
through it. I've never beat the game. So, all right. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm going to tear it up. And
right.
about 45 minutes later, the credits came rolling across the screen.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
my playthrough was it was less than 2 hours, but it was a little bit. I'd say it's probably about an hour and a half, 90 minutes,
sure.
give or take. I know that my Steam thing said it was like 111 minutes or something like that. But I was also eating dinner and playing and whatnot, and um, and on the phone and all that good stuff. So it's not like I was playing it straight through, but it at the same time, I that's an approximate. I got stuck on a spot for a little bit, and I couldn't figure out how to get through.
Interesting.
So,
I'm curious to know what spot you got stuck on.
well, what I came to learn, well, what it was, so I couldn't jump over, or I didn't have the oars,
Right.
to get to the bucket to go up top. Um, and I couldn't figure out where to get those.
Okay.
And then I couldn't get past the doors. They wouldn't let me in because I there was one question. I hadn't seen the
The
valve
water
in the
meter.
mine. Yeah, the water meter. And and of course they're telling you what you need to do, but I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck are they talking about? So I actually did cheat, and I went online and um, to figure that out. And what I ended up figuring out though on this game is it
Hmm.
has multiple scenarios.
Yes.
Okay, and so like my mask, they were saying, oh yeah, the mask is in the room with the dancing furniture. That's not where my mask was. My
Hmm.
mask was around this super carrot.
That's where mine was as well.
Yeah, and so I'd take him to the fridge, and which is fine. But that and I understand why they did that. They did that for playability,
Yes.
you know, because they wanted kids to play it over and over again. And that's
Right.
actually a question I actually have for you though. Have you played the other games in the series?
I have,
Okay.
and I
Because
have
I know that
the
you
other ones
bought.
downloaded as well.
Yeah, no, I know you do for your Steam library because you found that 24 or $25 um sale to
Yep.
buy the whole set. And when I was looking to do this, I found it for $7 on Steam, and it was $9 on Nintendo and the PlayStation. And there was a compilation on the Switch for $45 that had all of the how do you pronounce it, like Humongous
Oh,
Classic
sure.
Collection.
Yep.
The developers of this game, I think it's Humongous. Is that how you'd pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay, and it had all their games, Freddy the Fish and whoever the car one is, it had all those, and then of course, this particular game is also on Goog for $10, which I find funny because Google always has so many free games uh, to go and get, and some of them are good and some of them are bloated nothings.
Right.
But I just I figured, oh, of all places, that it's going to be like $4, whatever, So wasn't a big deal. Uh, got it on Steam and everything,
Okay.
and played through it. But that was one of the things I liked, is that the fact that it wasn't so linear that you play
Right.
it once and you're done. So I liked that. And it looked like there were some achievements in Steam that you could get, but you have to play it multiple times. So you probably have to get all the different middles,
Right.
you
Yep. The
know.
different middles match all the different pairs of socks, and
Right. Well, and I never did find all the socks.
I didn't find all the socks either.
Right. But
Truthfully,
I
I
think
got
that's a
close.
nice yeah, that's a nice touch that they're doing that. And that should actually be an achievement. I don't know if it is.
No, I agree.
But
If
what
it's not, it definitely should.
Right. And one of the things I actually thought was kind of cute, is you get to the bridge and he's like, "Well, if you want to pass, it's a pound of gold." Motherfucker, you're kind of expensive. I don't know
Yeah.
what gold is going for today, but holy shit, I wish I had a pound of gold too.
Oh yeah, man.
But I went through there, through the mine and everything, and couldn't figure out how to get to the gold. And I was thinking, because it has the arrow, gold. Okay, okay, okay. Well, of course, I'm not getting it there, so I'm like, all right, fine, I'll leave. I'm missing something. I'll come back, and oh, hey, there's the gold. Okay, cool. So I get the gold, and I go across, and oh my god, what do they call it? It's not tic tac toe. Um,
Cheese and crackers.
cheese and crackers. So Havarti to you. Do you remember what you say back?
No, but it kills me that you just said that.
It's like provone lonely or something. I don't.
Provolone or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like provolone cheese, whatever the frick. But yeah. So to play the game, your character Hardy, and okay, okay. So I'm like, okay, so this has got to be an achievement. So we play the tic tac toe version. Get 3 in a row. All right, that's easy enough. And I'm like, all right, we'll do the next one. We'll do it in stages. And it took me 2 tries on the 5 in a row. I think it took me 2 tries on the 4 in a row too, but which is fine. And I'm like, okay, I didn't get anything for doing this. I'm just playing this guy, cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
All right, fine. And we'll come back to that topic here in a minute. But I was hoping there would be something else across the bridge. It
Nope.
cost me $7,000 to get across the stupid bridge. I'm throwing a number out there. I don't know how much
So
gold is
so
today.
so I just Googled how much is a pound of gold worth
Oh,
in
good. I'm
today's
glad you
money.
did.
It's
And
50 to $70,000.
that is one expensive bridge.
Yeah, so you
He's
paid 50 to 70,000 to go play cheese and crackers.
okay, but this is 1996, so I could be right still.
Yeah, you
You
could
know,
be. I suppose
I,
adjust for inflation and
yeah,
whatnot, but
October 1996 gold cost. Um, gosh,
I
I
can't
still
believe
wish
you're
I had a pound
Googling
of
this.
gold.
I do too.
Dude, I could take the year off from work with a pound of
Oh
gold.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think my wife would like that too awful much. But I couldn't get over how much they were charging for this game, and I get it, you're still getting it for, that 5 to 10 year old range.
Sure.
But to pay $45 on Nintendo for the collection, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Just it seemed awfully high. I mean, a 5-year-old's puzzle game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
45 bucks for the collection.
right, and this game does have its charm. You
It
know,
does. It
you
does.
know.
So, did you
Uh,
play this with the boys when they were young?
I don't remember the boys playing this one, and they very well could have. We used to go to the library
Hmm.
and get games, because you could get computer games, and you could get. I don't think you could get console games back then. Maybe you did, and I just didn't know about it. But you could get computer games.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
remember getting like CD-ROM games at the
yeah,
library, and
yeah. So I'm sure we probably did something like that. And if I looked hard, because I remember the Freddy the Fish game,
yeah,
and I remember the car one, but I don't remember Pajama Sam. And you know, our listeners probably don't even know who Pajama Sam is.
They, most of them probably don't.
Do you have it in your notes to talk about him?
I should have it in there, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you want to find that real quick. I mean, I got a quick little synopsis of it, but
Yep. Looks like I got it pulled up here as well.
okay.
So if we're ready to segue into that, or did you have a thought you were finishing up?
No. We're good to move on with that. We're bouncing all around on my notes
Yeah,
here.
we're all
I
over the place.
Yeah, I knew that you were pretty much gonna take charge of this episode and whatnot. So I just wanted to be prepared because if you asked me questions, I wanted to be like, okay, where are my notes?
Where my notes probably aren't as organized as yours. I'm going
Oh
off
no,
of
no, dude. Things I wanted to talk about at the beginning are at the end, and some are in the middle, and some of them are on the back. And because okay, so like the last thing I put on here is I asked you for a quick game. Well, we already discussed that at the
yeah,
beginning.
that's
You know,
true. We knocked that one right out the gate.
yeah. Well, why not?
Eh,
It is what it is.
yeah, might as well. All right. Well, let's jump into a brief history of the game.
Yeah, why not?
So, the game was made by Humongous Entertainment, a studio famous in the 1990s for kid-friendly adventures games. Some games in particular that the viewers might know would be Putt Putt, Freddy the Fish, as you mentioned,
Putt Putt was
and
the
a
car.
game, yes, Putt Putt,
Yeah. Okay.
and a game called Spy Fox.
Yep. I
The
remember that one.
game was built on an engine named Scum, which I find kind of interesting.
They couldn't come up with a better acronym than SCUM for a 5-year-old's game.
Nope, it's built on Scum engine.
Oh, too funny.
So the initial release date was on October 18th, 1996 on Windows, and it came out on Macintosh. Has
Yeah,
been
boy.
re-released multiple times. It came out in '08 on the Nintendo Wii. It came out on the iOS operating system in 2012. And then later versions were released on the PC between 2010 and 2020. So they all didn't come out on the PC right away. It also didn't come to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 until 2020,
Right.
which is kind of interesting to have a PS4 game release that late into the console's life.
Well, it's probably a money grab.
Yeah, I'm sure just kind of yeah, we've got this old IP, we might as well port it
Yep.
over kind of thing.
Right click, save as, $40.
Yeah, $40. So middle-aged men in their late 20s can download it and play it and then talk about it on the internet.
Oh, are you calling me middle-aged? That's the sweetest thing you've said to me all week.
If that's the sweetest thing I've said to you all week, that's really sad, and I apologize.
Oh, shoot.
No, I don't think you're quite middle-aged yet.
Yet. I don't know.
I know you're about in your 50s. I don't know where, but
Yeah, no, I'm 50. I turned 50 this last summer.
oh, did
I
you?
I yeah. So I like to think of myself a little older than middle. I don't want to live that long.
You don't want to live that long?
No, I do not.
So you like 3/4 or?
Well, I don't know. We haven't. I have not been informed, and there's only one person that knows that number. Well, there's probably two people that know that number. One
Yeah.
for sure, and when the wife decides that she's done with me, I don't think she doesn't believe in the divorce word, and so I think there's only one way I'm getting out, and I'm not ready for it yet.
Yeah, no, I get that. Well,
Yeah.
I also I kind of like to throw the term middle-aged around on our podcast, and this is going to pay homage to the first episode we did, where
Oh, see
we
how
had
you are.
we had joked about you going through a midlife crisis, and that's why we decided to start this adventure together.
Dude, do you know how many midlife crises I've had?
Man,
Don't
I
ask
can,
my wife. She can't count that high. And she's very, very intelligent.
I know she is. I know she is. I'm sure she's
Right?
very fluent in math, but God. Okay.
All right.
Reel it back in here a little
Right.
bit.
Just a little bit.
So in the game, you play as Sam, who is a young boy that is afraid of the dark. He's struggling to sleep with the lights off, and he imagines himself as a superhero known as Pajama Sam. And that superhero is a creation of himself, a persona that he wants to take on. He
Right.
decides that he's going to go check out his closet. And so as he's searching through it, he falls into the mysterious land of darkness, which, given the title, is a world where it is always dark.
Yep.
There, he must find his lost superhero gear and ultimately confront darkness itself.
Yep.
And
And
that's
and the
oh,
villain of this game is not darkness.
no,
It's mom.
the villain is mom, yes.
Yes. She's making him sleep without his light.
I agree. And that's a very good point. So to put it point blank, the mom is a bitch.
No, she's not.
She
She's
absolutely is.
no. You know how expensive electricity is, young man?
He has a flashlight.
And batteries are expensive too, you know.
It was the 90s.
Very expensive batteries.
No, I think the mom's kind of a selfish bitch. I think she's the true villain in this story for not letting him sleep with the nightlight. She
I
also
can't
didn't
wait till
make
you have a
sure
5-year-old. You're gonna name him Sam.
I should.
And this poor kid's gonna be, I'm afraid of the dark. And if you quit picking on him, and jumping out of his closet while he's trying to sleep, he'd probably be okay.
He might.
He
And
might.
but if Sam wants to sleep with the nightlight, we've got modern technology. We have low voltage LED light bulbs. Sam
We
can use the
do, but they
nightlight.
make shadows, and so the darkness and creates creatures that come out. Because now all of a sudden your Pikachu plushie toy is now a 30-foot monster that's ripping the hinges off your closet door.
Yeah, I mean you got a point there. I know the Pikachu toy still scares you sometimes in the middle of the night.
Right?
It gets me too.
Oh,
Oh.
too funny.
But you're
So,
right. The mom is the true villain of the story. She should have, at
yep.
the very least, made sure the closet door was closed.
Well, he's 5 years old. He can't shut his closet door because all of his crap's in there, and it's not organized. Because what 5-year-old has their stuff together?
No, I mean, that's a point. So maybe the
Yeah.
mom should do a better job about cleaning his room and making sure
No,
things are
she
picked
should
up.
have demanded that he pick up his stuff.
Well, like you said, he's 5.
Yeah, teach him early.
I don't
this is
know.
this
I
is
don't
our
know.
age gap really coming out.
I don't know if I don't know how well kids listen when they're 5. I can't
Oh, you just
imagine
have to
very well.
yell at him more. It's great.
It's great. Well, then they start piddling on the floor like your dog when it gets too excited, and it's a
I
whole
know.
thing. And
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I got to go on a tangent.
okay,
Tommy and I were talking the other day, and just about life, and growing up, and then of course I was a different person then, back when I was your age.
Mhm.
And because I had kids young, very young.
Right.
And he specifically remembers a time he had like 3 or 4 friends over. I can't remember the number, but he rattled off their names.
Hmm.
And I kind of vaguely remember this. And I was having a day, having a moment, and I know Tommy had friends over, and all of a sudden they're in the pantry and they're going through it and they're making a mess. They're knocking stuff down because they're trying to find fruit snacks or something. And I guess I just came unglued because where the hell is Tommy? And everything, and his friends were just petrified because his raging ass is coming through. Get the hell out of my kitchen and blah 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 blah. And I think Tommy was probably downstairs in the playroom playing. but they
Yeah.
wanted a snack. So they just figured, oh, it's just like their house. They can just go ramble, rummage through and pick out whatever they want. And yeah, he vividly remembers this and called me out on it. And I'm like, yeah, well, when you have kids, you'll understand. Because what do you say to that? Yeah, your dad was an ass. I get it, you know, but
Yeah.
you got over it for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. I
For the
mean,
most part. Um, and I remember certain things about my childhood too. And when I was that age that him and his friends were, we were in each other's houses and we were scouring and we were taking sodas out of the fridge and whatnot. And I'm sure there were parents who are like, hey, who drank all the soda? Or who drank all the Kool-Aid? Or, hey, we had 2 bags of Halloween candy. Where'd they go? I
yeah.
don't know.
Good as you've got chocolate smeared all over your
Red
face.
chocolate ring. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know where the chocolate went.
Who touched the candy? I'll help you find it.
Yeah, yeah, right. as as you have a pocket full of wrappers.
Right. They're spilling out as you're walking through the house and hands are all
Yeah.
sticky. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, Pajama Sam, man, he's just an ordinary kid with wild imagination, isn't he?
Essentially he is. And I have to say, I think that's really cool that, you had that talk with Tommy kind of while this game was in the works for us. And it
Oh
sounds
no,
like
no,
you,
this discussion actually happened like a week or two ago.
oh,
So
did it? So just good
yeah,
timing then.
yeah, no, yeah, it was just ironic. It just popped in my head that we had that conversation, and I'm not too sure we haven't had that conversation before. So apparently he hides some resentment.
Hasn't quite let it go after all this
Well,
time.
you know, I remember things my old man did too. Because after you get whooped with a belt once or twice, um,
It's
it
pretty
only had to get
ingrained.
whipped once or twice, and so
Right.
all my old man had to do is take off his belt and crack it. And it didn't matter what my sister and I were doing, we knocked it the hell off. Maybe we weren't doing anything wrong. Maybe he was just trying to scare the cat or something, but
Right.
the
But either
crack
way, you
of a
straighten
leather
right
belt.
up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I every once in a while, I'll do it just to mess with Natalie. I'll just crack my belt. She'll just turn instantly. You need to knock that shit off. So, of course, it's funny now, but neither one of us thought that was funny growing up.
No.
And um, I did that once in front of the boys, and they're like, "Oh, that makes a cool sound." Yeah, you know what? You need to be afraid of this. They never got whipped with a belt. We never went that route.
Right.
Because I was always, and I still believe this too. If you spank a kid with your hand and it hurts their ass, you've done enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We weren't the parents that went and grabbed the belt or the spoon or what have you and just start wailing on our kids. Um, because we would have trauma doing that to our own kids.
Right.
Um, but that's how we grew up, you
Yeah.
know? And some of us learned our lessons and some of us just, apparently that's how it works in life. So I don't know.
Right.
I digress.
No, I think that's valid, and the
Yep.
evolution of parenting it's gotten really interesting. I grew up, I got spanked with belts and with the hand and
Well,
um,
you got brought up like I did.
soap in the mouth, and I even got Tabasco sauce one time.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And but some of those experiences, I mean, they can turn you into a bad person, but I think a lot of that
Yeah.
has to do with why I am the way I am today.
Well, like I said, I only got whooped with that belt once or twice, but you know what? I knew I didn't want it again.
Yeah, I got it a couple times. I had to
You didn't
learn
learn the
things the
first
hard
time?
way.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
right. I know, I
no,
get it.
and then I try to do things like I'll put on all my shorts that I have in my bedroom, and then I'll put sweats over that for the spanking, and then
Oh,
the parents.
oh, see, no, we didn't get a warning. I mean, our warning shot was the crack of the belt.
Was it? See,
Yeah.
mine was always, all right, go grab the belt. And so when I'd turn the belt, I'd always have this pile of clothes that I'd put on as fast as I could, and I'd come back. And then pretty soon my dad started going, why do you always wear those sweats when it's time to get your ass beat? Well, funny you ask.
Funny, you know what? Your kid's not that dumb. You got a little pillow back there.
Yeah, any little bit of padding you can come up with, all the
Yeah.
basketball shorts in your drawer and every pair of underwear you have, and
Yeah,
whatever,
no, I get it. Yeah. Well, we
Um,
we should probably get, somebody's gonna turn us into, CFS here in a minute, so we should
yeah,
probably get back to back to the story.
yeah, definitely. I gotta find where I'm at. My notes kind of lost my
Oh,
place
you're
here.
fine. Well, I'll just finish up mine a little bit here.
Sure.
So Sam, like you said, he lost his gear. He lost
He
his
lost it.
superhero stuff. He
Yes.
can't be a superhero if and he has his cape, right? Yeah, he
He
still had
does
his
have the
cape,
cape. He does have the
but
cape because you find the cape in
he
the
can't have
room.
he doesn't have his mask, he doesn't have his flashlight, and he doesn't have his lunchbox, which is where he's going to trap darkness in his special
Yes.
lunchbox, which you're not
Which,
allowed to eat your lunchbox.
no, you're not
No.
allowed to eat your lunchbox.
The wishing well informed us that aren't you the lunchbox because that's where the lunch goes.
He did.
Very
He did.
deep for a 5-year-old.
It is a very deep for a children's game. Yes.
Yeah.
There was quite a few deep references in
Yeah.
this game for the age
But
of a 5-year-old.
right, but as soon as we get that mask, man, we are gonna be a superhero again. Love it.
I love it. I do. Oh,
Oh goodness. All right, sorry. Did you find your spot again?
no, you're good. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, the
Yeah,
point was to get the gear back so he could have his confidence, he could have his superhero persona, and then he's going to confront darkness.
that's right.
And lo and behold, he realizes that darkness isn't something to fear. He realizes that darkness is lonely and just wants a
Right.
friend. He wants to know
Yep.
why nobody wants to hang out with him. And so Pajama Sam, he kind of develops a soft spot for him, and they start trimming it up and playing cheese and crackers
Yep. Because
and
one of
kicking
them
it.
had to say Havarde.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not my
Oh,
fault. I can't make this stuff up.
oh, you're gonna keep saying that, and then it's gonna become a vocal stim, and I'm gonna be in the office tomorrow screaming "Havarde" from my.
Havarde.
Oh God.
Okay. Okay. No. No. Seriously. If that happens, I really hope that somebody yells out "Provolone."
I hope they do too.
Oh my gosh, that would be so freaking cool. Somebody's gonna listen to this and they're gonna see us on the in the street or something and just yell something out inappropriately, and it's gonna be cheese and crackers.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
hope that somebody listens to this, recognizes us, and throws out a niche reference that you would only get if you played this game.
right.
That would be a beautiful, beautiful time. If that happened, I would ascend out of my body and leave this earth and
Right.
depart from you all. And it would
Yeah, so the guy does, instead of saying provolone, he says provone alone. Yeah, something like that. He just
Pavona
pronounces
Loney.
the e long. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he's doing. I had to double check real quick, so I googled it real fast, and gosh, I guess I better never be the one who responds. I can't freaking pronounce provolone. But yeah, no, Sam does his best to face his fear of darkness, uh, and then they have a good time, and then we can go to bed.
Yeah, and then you can go to bed. And I think the game paints a beautiful lesson that just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that you have to be afraid of it. Give it a chance. You might make a new best friend.
Yeah.
And I think
Uh,
we live, in a time in the world where a lot of people are afraid of what they don't understand. And
yeah.
rather than giving it a chance and trying to hear things out, they turn to hatred.
Well, it's easier.
It is a lot easier. Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
No, it's much
But
easier to get upset about it than it is to work through it. So, this game has quite the cult following.
it really does, which I was surprised to see. I found many subreddits of
Yeah.
dedicated players of all ages.
Well, but there a lot of people in their 30s to 40s are raving about how cool this game is.
Yep,
And
they
I
are.
I don't get it. I mean, I understand why you played it, and like I said, I asked for a quick game. You're like, I got a quick game for you.
They
All
did.
right. Yeah, it works, because with everything going on right now, I don't have time to play a 50-hour game, which I'm in the middle of trying to figure out how to play a 50-hour game, and which is like 30 minutes to an hour here and there, but it's hard. So yeah, when you said, "Hey, let's play this one," it's like, all right. And 2 hours later, I'm like, "All right, you want to record it?" No, I'm not ready to do that yet. So I'm glad we got a chance to do this, and we'll have one in the bank. So I don't know if this is the one that's going to go live next Wednesday. It very well could be,
Yeah,
or if we sneak in another game, and it doesn't really matter. But
we got a couple on the radar.
yeah, we do. I really do think though we need to butch up our our games just a little bit.
Well, I sent you a list of Butch games today that I Googled, and
Yeah, I saw the criteria. Yeah, so you want me to play a 200 plus hour game?
didn't know
Uh,
it was 200 plus hours. I just remember you mentioning it before, which I thought was kind of interesting that it was on that list and it was something you already played. But
no,
that's
that's
beside
not
the
a game
point.
that I've played. I'm referring to Stardew Valley.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I
played that.
well, I've I it's downloaded.
Oh, gotcha.
I watched the opening credits and everything. Um, Tommy's got like 140 some hours into Stardew Valley, and I
That's
think Chris was like
impressive.
at 30 something. I can't remember what I told you now. Doesn't matter. I'd look at my phone, but I don't want to mess up our our recording. Um, but yeah, so we'll get this one in the mix, and we'll get another one queued up and ready to go, and
Yeah.
hopefully we can find some time to get a few of these recorded and get back on track. It's so hard, and it's not even that we're out gallivanting and enjoying life. We're dealing with winter and work and life in general, and
Oh,
it's
yes.
not going to get any easier, and that's fine. That's part of being a grown up, but yeah, it would be nice to get a few fun, quick games under our belt.
I agree. I
Um,
agree. And
you know,
I will say as a side note, fun quick game. We got Pajama Sam 2, Thunder and Lightning aren't so frightening. I mean,
I
it's on the table. You
yeah,
just gotta pick
it
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 up.
it doesn't need to be on the table right at this second.
I don't know. I don't know if Pajama Sam for a little while.
Well, I tell you what, if the community loves this game, I hope that somebody comments and is like, yes, you need to make Tom play that game, and Tom will play that game. But
Okay.
uh, not today. And it's not going to be the next one we record either. Like I said, we need to butch it up just a little bit. And there's a lot of games that I've played over the years that um, no matter what game we're going to do, I need a refresher. You
Yes,
know,
I feel the same.
it's so much easier, and it's so funny because when I reached out to you today and we were talking, hey, have you played South Park yet? And you're like, well, I'm struggling to kind of get into it, yada yada, and that's fine. Not every game is going to be a winner. Um,
Right.
I've probably only into that game about an hour, because I had I don't remember if it was on PlayStation Plus or if it was a demo or what it was, but I got X amount of time in, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, whatever it was, and I don't have it on the PlayStation anymore. So my guess is that it was either a PlayStation Plus thing that got pulled or it
Mhm.
was a demo, one or the other. And I it's always on sale for like $12. And
Oh
so I just
yeah.
happened to find it on eBay and somebody was asking 15, and I'm like, dude, I can go buy it digitally for $12. And they're like, all right, I'll sell this to you for $12. All right, here you go. Which is great because
Yeah.
then I can play it. I can give you the cartridge. You can play it, vice versa. And so I do expect that to be one that we talk about. And
Oh, definitely.
there's some. I'm not the biggest South Park fan. It makes me laugh, but I sure the hell can't watch that. I couldn't watch that back in the day around my kids because I
Right.
certainly didn't want to do that.
Oh
Wife doesn't
man.
doesn't like it. There's things that are funny,
hmm
but there's so many things that are wrong.
That's true. I grew up watching South Park. My dad and I
Yeah,
used to watch it all the time, and one of my favorite movies as a kid was the South Park movie that came out in the early 2000s, where
and it was
Kenny
horrible.
dies and goes to hell, and he has the relationship with the devil, and I'm like
It's such a
five or
horrible.
six, playing
Yeah, but
Pajama Sam, watching South Park, and
right. Yeah, yeah. So much for a 30-minute episode, huh?
yeah, we killed that a long time ago.
We did. All right. Well, all we really have left to do is we score the game. We have another song to escort us out, and we can get on with our
With
evening.
Yes, I mean it's a fun game. It's a
It is.
short game. It's a point and click game. It has deep messages.
It is, and I almost think that the computer's the way to play this game.
I think so too.
I,
I couldn't imagine playing it any way else.
well, I mean, I can see where you'd play it with a regular controller, but because instead of moving a mouse, you'd be using the joystick to move the controller around. So I get that, instead of clicking the mouse, you're clicking the A or the X or whatever. So I mean, it would be okay, but I think it's at home on the computer,
Definitely.
and that is the way to go. And I like the fact that they were smart enough back in the '90s to put it on the Macintosh system because the Macs didn't have many games back then.
No, they really didn't. And I at the time I didn't know any better. And so when I read
Right.
that, I thought that was a really interesting little tidbit. The game actually sold a couple million copies upon release as well, which
Oh, I
I
believe
thought
it.
was also kind of impressive for that particular time.
Well, and it was adults trying to, okay, I'm tired of my kid touching my computer. Okay, so I'll give
Right.
him this old computer. I'll go get him a couple kid games and let him play. So if he destroys this computer, I'm out nothing. I'm out
Right.
$15 because the game was
Right.
probably $15 back then, you
Probably,
know,
yeah.
and or give or take. Maybe it was 10, maybe it was 20. I don't know, but I can't imagine this was a high selling game. They probably make more money on it today because of nostalgia, like you
Oh,
were
I'm
saying,
sure. I'm
which is the
sure.
reason that you picked it up. Oh,
Exactly.
I remember loving this when I was little, and I do that too. And you know how many games even my Nintendo games that I've put in the Nintendo. Oh man, I love this back in the day. I'm gonna play this. It's gonna be so cool. Oh, this game sucks. We'll get there, dude. Did I
I
just lose
love it.
you?
No, I'm still
Oh,
here.
Okay, all of a sudden it sounded like I lost you for a second.
No, I'm still around.
You
You're
must have
just
started
cracking me
coughing
up.
and
I
killed your
did.
microphone. Yeah.
I did.
All right, man. Am I going first or are you going first?
Yeah, you can go first. Let's wrap this up, rate it, and
Okay. Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, I don't like this game. I won't be playing it again. The colors are great. The meaning is great. It's for a 5-year-old, not a 50-year-old. If you make me play the second one, I will play the second one because you know that's who I am.
I do.
But this is definitely specific to it's a specific demographic they're going after. You know,
Sure.
and that's not its fault. It's just I'm not that demographic. So I do see what it's going for, so I cannot give it a fail. This game did
Okay.
not fail. They, like you said, they sold X amount of copies of this game. It's not a failure. It's okay, but I'm not playing it again.
Ooh, so you're
And
gonna give
so
it a game over.
I am gonna give it a game over. Um, but it is what it is. It's a 60%. It's not a fail. And this game is not a fail,
No,
and
it's
it's
not
not an
fail.
erase. But for me personally, it does have to be, um, and I'm not going to play um, No Need to Hide when it's dark outside. Now, can Anthony get me to play Thunder and Lightning, whatever the rest of the title is? Yeah, he probably could. And the score is probably going to be real similar because I have a funny feeling the game is real similar. And
Could
then I
be.
probably get higher on that list where I'm not allowed to go anywhere near a small child. And maybe that's what I need as a scout leader. I've been trying to get my way out of scouting for quite some. No, I sorry, I can't go down that road. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I like I said, I have no faults really with the game. I really am hoping that you scored a little bit higher because I'm hoping it really did scratch that nostalgia itch and all that good stuff, everything that goes with that.
I love it.
But
I
you got to
love
know,
it.
you knew where I'd be.
I
You were
well, you're not
you
as
picked
low as I
a game,
thought.
you picked a game you knew I would hate, and you're
So
like, play it,
I
and I did.
actually I actually I I expected you to score lower, but there's other games that I've picked that I purposely picked because I thought you'd hate, like a game about digging a hole.
It's
That you
still a horrible game, dude. That game is going gangbusters on PlayStation and Xbox right now.
I know. I don't
What the
understand.
hell?
But you liked that game way more than I expected you to. I actually think you rated this lower.
I I no. Well, I don't
I
know.
went
Have I rated any games a failure?
no.
This is still not a failure.
No,
I tell
no,
you,
but
I
I
tell you
think
what. To make you happy, I'll come up to a 65. It's still staying in the I'm not playing it again.
I love it.
All right, man. Where are you at? Because if you say game perfection, I think we're done.
No, no, I'm not gonna say game perfection because well, it's not a perfect game. It did
No.
scratch that nostalgic itch for me. I do like the colors. I like the story. For the time, the graphics aren't bad either. It kind of feels like you're playing a comic book almost.
It does.
And
No, it's actually a very beautifully drawn game.
yeah,
And
I
and
mean
that is
that's
one of the reasons that it is where it is. Um and that's why I said it can't be a failure because this game has polish.
absolutely.
And you know, aside from Nintendo, and Nintendo had its piles of poop too, but
Hmm.
Nintendo always went out and polished their games.
Hmm.
Say what you want about some of those games, but they did. They made them as good as they could.
Absolutely.
So for mid 90s, the polish they put into this game is commendable.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, it did scratch that nostalgic itch for me. Um, and I would love to see, the kids of today. I would love to see them pick it up and play it. When I have kids, I plan to play it with them because I think the lessons in this game are still relevant, and if not, even more relevant today. I'm going to give it a 79. I'm going to give it a gameplay. It's worth playing. I probably won't play it again for a couple years, so I'm not going to give it an 80, which would be a gameplay again. But I do think it's a good game. I think it's worth playing, and I hope to play it with my kids at the computer one day.
Yeah. It actually is a little lower than I thought you'd put it.
Well, it was a tricky thing because I did want to give it a gameplay again. I could play it again, but
You
I'm
did
not
play it
gonna.
again.
Well, I did play it again. I did,
Yeah.
and I will. But it's right now it's at a 79 for me.
Yeah. Well, see, you could go and you could pull a 5-year-old off the street and you can be like, "Oh no, I'm playing it with my kid." Yeah,
Well,
that ain't gonna work. There are
that
too
now
many.
that's how you get on the list.
It is, huh?
That's a quick way to that list.
Well, we both need to stay off that list.
I agree. It's in our best interest.
It's in our best interest. Oh, all right, guys. Well, I cannot wait to find out the next game that either I make Anthony play or Anthony makes me play. It'll definitely be a good time. I'm sure we'll come
Oh,
up with something.
it's gonna be
I can't
great.
wait for us to do a couple either on our own um, uh, podcast games or grab a friend. I know that we both have friends that are passionate about gaming.
Yes.
And I just I love to hear different people talk about games, and I really want to see the next game that I can get Tommy to come on. Um, I had a wonderful time doing that with him. I know that there's no way in hell Chris is going to get on. I know that Natalie's not going to get on to
Mhm.
play because I actually had that conversation with her. I'm like, and this is actually a question for you, and I'll ask you the question actually on the podcast. Have you ever
Sure.
played Diablo 3?
No.
Oh, love that game. And we were sitting there trying to figure out how long it would actually take to run through the whole storyline of Diablo 3. Diablo 4 is out, obviously. I didn't actually like Diablo 4 when it first came out.
You
It's
know,
grown on me.
I've heard great things about the series altogether, and I have friends who played the first one on PC when it came out, but I've
Oh, and
never
I did
touched the
too.
series. Never
Yeah,
played it.
I I never beat the first one, and I bought the second one twice. I bought it
Mm.
in college to play, and
Hmm.
I never did. And I can't remember why. My computer probably wasn't strong enough back then. And then Chris had Diablo 3, and we kept borrowing his copies. Like, I'd really like to get my copy back. All right. So I just went and bought it digitally, and they had a combo pack. If you bought the third one, you could get the Necromancer and Diablo 2, and it was like a $2 upgrade or $5 or
Oh,
something,
that's not bad.
something minuscule. Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll go down memory lane, and I played it for I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. I played Diablo 2. I was like, nope, I'll stick with 3. 3 is very, very good, and we could totally play that online together,
Oh, that would be
and
fun.
yeah, and rock
Like a
out an
co-op
episode of that.
kind of thing.
Absolutely, because
Oh,
Chris
let's do
still
it.
has his original copy, and I have it digitally. So we could either, you guys could come over here. We could do couch co-op, or we could do online. But I want to say well, you know what? While I'm talking and jawboning about this, why don't I just look it up? Diablo 3 time to beat. And I know It would really help if I would type on the right keyboard.
I,
That's the kind of expertise we have at Game Over Play It Again.
the
Um,
tech department.
oh, good God! I know I was bitching about this before, but I swear every time I try to play or try to do Discord, it looks different every time,
It
and
is
I know it
different.
makes it. God, and then I type Discord. I can't type and talk. It's amazing I get any work done.
I
Diablo
also
3, time to beat. All right.
Oh, and I have it on
Now,
sale right now on PlayStation.
well, of course they do, but like I said, I'm sure I
1979.
can get Chris to loan you the hard copy disc, and you
Okay.
can just play it. The only thing
That'd
that
be
you
cool.
don't get with that is you don't get the Necromancer,
Yeah.
but that's all right. So, Google AI overview is saying that it is 20 hours to complete the main storyline, the main campaign storyline.
Okay.
And we could probably knock that out. Now, that is the main storyline.
Right.
I would be terrified to look and see how much time I have into this game on the PlayStation alone. But they're saying 275 hours to get everything.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, and see they have seasonal things too, which
Sure.
make the game even better, so every X amount of months they would come out with a new season. So you would start from scratch. And let me tell you what, that's an itch. Because I got to get this character back up to this, and it's one of those, we'll save it for the actual podcast,
Yeah.
but yeah, some of that game is just amazing, and some of it's grinding, and some of it's both, and you're trying to get the right weapons, and then you get the right combination, and then you're practically invincible. And what we've also come to know is that we thought, oh, if we have 4 people playing this game, it'll be so much easier that we can crank the difficulty level up. Well, let me tell you what, you could have it on normal mode, and you you can play it, and you're like, oh, this is so easy. And then you bring in 2 people, it's like, oh, okay, well, no, it's still easy. So then you bring in 4 people, and it's like insane. And then, oh, hey, let's crank up the difficulty a little bit. And it's like, how come everybody's dying? And you
Right.
can resurrect
Right.
yourself and all that unless you're playing in God mode. And yeah, God mode can go piss off. I I got so close to the end, and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go do this side quest thing and get a little bit more, whatever. And I
Yeah.
lost everything. And
Oh
and there went
no.
30 hours of play. And I'm like,
Oh no.
God mode can piss off. Uh, but yeah, there's that would be a fun one to do, and I think we could do that. We could do that podcast justice. We still need to crank out Astrobot.
Yes.
Um, in fact, it's
Cyberpunk.
it's to the point where I'm going to actually have to play some of that again.
I still need to
Uh,
beat it.
well, there's that too, and that one doesn't go on sale very often, does it?
I haven't seen it on sale for a while.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, no, I. So we got some good games in the wings that we're not that far from. But if you and I found time to carve out 20 hours to play, I mean that's a weekend.
Oh
The
yeah.
problem is I got a lot of studying going on.
Right.
But that could definitely be one that we can crank out. And it's not like you have to beat it to review it. You will get the gist of it quite quickly. But the storyline is so badass. And what a contrast from Pajama Sam.
It's quite a leap.
It is quite the leap.
Yep, instead of being afraid of the darkness, we're becoming the darkness.
We,
I'm game.
well, we are slaying the darkness. All right, man. I'll let you go. I know you got things to do and whatnot, but
I do.
I appreciate it as always. You being on here, and
That was a good one, man. I had a lot of fun.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we'll shut our Discord recording off here, and can't wait for this episode to go live.
Oh, it's gonna be great. And if you want Tom to play Pajama Sam 2, Thunder and Lightning aren't so frightening, make sure you leave that in the comments and see if we can make that happen. So, as always, thank you everyone for listening. Feel free to drop your suggestions in the comments. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We don't have Instagram. We might have Pornhub. Who knows? But follow us on all our socials. And as
What are you
always,
talking about? I have Instagram. I'm not that old.
I love
Have a
it.
good. Yes, check us out on online. We
Yes.
always forget to plug that, and share with a friend. Rate us on Spotify, 5 stars
Yeah.
only. I mean, you can comment
Five-star.
whatever you want, but
But
put the
leave five
stars at
stars.
5.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But
So,
whatever
all
you
right,
want in the
guys.
comments. Stars always 5. Thanks, everyone.